Hey, Meat Sauce, what's pop locking? It's Monday, August 7th. My name is Reagan the Doom Wizard, and you're here to doom out with some comments. I have quite a few to go through for the past month. In July, the hottest month on record. I won't keep this video too long. I'm going to just run through the most upvoted comments because I do get a variety of sentiments thrown my way. All right, but I appreciate it all. Every viewpoint on collapse is relevant, and your feelings are valid as little meat sauce subscribers. So before we go on, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and pay attention. We have some smart people here. Neuroses writes 21 hours ago, a friend from my college days studied philosophy. One of his seminars was about critical thinking in the context of climate change. Despite access to experts and data in every relevant field, he still couldn't accept the obvious and wound up telling me, yeah, well, you can prove anything. It's all just opinions. At which point I realized nothing I could say would get through to him. Some people's cognitive distortions about their own biases. You hear it here on the Doom Wizards channel. Grim pays $1,500 for his mediocre apartment. I'm sorry. Where do you live? Where do you live? The Bay Area? Nah, most cities are like that downtown. Um, Lone Wanderer says there's still time to smoke them while you got them. A few years. Andre says, yo, bro, it's getting serious. Most will never realize how bad it really is, though many are starting to wake up to the truth that we are not reversing course, and we haven't done so for the past 50 years, despite the Inflation Reduction Act being passed, which puts billions of dollars in renewable energy. Biden was just riding his bike the other day. Who cares? Nice video, thank you. We built a very temporary world. I do enjoy producing. I take pleasure in producing. Who's I? Me, my cumulative forces that exert my presence in the world. Prepping tier list. Food and water. 1. 2. Alcohol. 3. More alcohol. 4. 1 shotgun shell for when the alcohol runs out. But you're missing number 5, which Mr. Pagan pointed out. You need a shotgun to fire the shotgun shell. Though not necessarily. You could build a pipe and have a firing pin hit it, technically, if you stand right in front of it. But yeah, be much easier. Polydex says, right on, I have no land to live off or bunker to hide in. Even though killing in self-defense isn't murder, I don't really feel like getting into the whole AR thing. Yeah, believe me, I don't know if you do. I spent the past year educating myself on ARs, and that descent into madness yielded me a very comparable AR, but also a money sink. It is an expensive hobby, from ammo to gear. Yeah, but he has a shotgun and a revolver. That's classy, fella. That's classy. Areola Gloris says, every day I look at top Google searches and it's all about celebrities. Every day I cannot imagine even caring about a celebrity, and evidently there's more important than anything else to most people every day. Yeah, I know. Lone Wonder made it to 25. Congrats. You start to hit your midlife crisis now in your mid to late 20s, realizing that it's all a giant scam and you're being run by corporate elites, and your life you're worthless. Just kidding. Keep going. Keep going. Give me a hell yeah. Chris Trout says, and I think I've seen you have on the Book of Faces, is your profile picture a bird, I think. I see nothing out there that makes me think my 20-year-old daughter will ever reach my age. Nope. Nothing. Grim says he's waiting for the nukes or meteors, sooner better than later. Tommy calls me a Doom Wizard cucumber because I'm chill as it can be. There's so many reasons for die-offs, he also says. Collapse of food webs, toxic chemicals, electromagnetic signals in the atmosphere, heat stress, loss of habitat. At least we're still bearing witness. Indeed. The Doomer community is hanging on. There have been a few suicides over the past few years. Just can't take it anymore. Meanwhile, mainstream media is telling us, just get used to it. Get used to the wet bulb temperatures. Levi coming back again. We're on a broken record here about the leading cause of deforestation, animal agriculture, blah, blah. Okay, meta-analysis, yada, yada. All right? Spam. Capitalism doesn't feel pity or remorse. It cannot be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with, and it absolutely will not stop. Terminator reference. Classic. Thank you. Keep the Terminator references coming. It is more applicable than ever. Meat sauce! Explanation point times 6 from Lone Wanderer. Says starting love in the late stages of complex organized human life is a tough gig. Yeah, tell me about it. Especially for those for those of us have cleansed the doors of perception. Not many ladies want to do the downward doom doggy, unfortunately. That's been my running experience too. But my last one understood it completely. Okay, so there's still this much hope to get some downward doom doggy in your life before 2030, before hashtag 5 years. Marty says, might as well cash out the pension plan and buy a motorcycle. Absolutely. You should do everything to your heart's content right now. Dale says it's totally understandable to be angry. And yeah, for the record, I was directing most of my anger towards institutions and lying, deceiving assholes that are running our world. And my content's very important to you. That means, and you are to me, to make me feel not alone. So this is a true community-driven YouTube channel supported by you guys. Again, your contributions go a long way. Sometimes I can make a Doom meeting on Thursday. Jeremy says, I'm looking at someone who's blue in the face and has no pulse. The people on my right side insist he's healthy, he's just taking a nap. The people on my left insist that there's still time to bring him back to life with a better defibrillator. Life is a comedy at this point. Oh, it sure is. It's one of the most hilarious, ridiculous, over the top. We doomed it. We doomed ourselves. NSD bought me another snack. That was kind. Another T2 quote. You're the one living in an effing dream because I know what happens. It happens. All right? You, him, everybody. Dead already. I just look for every chance I can say that. Relationships have never brought me happiness, writes Jojo Bean, outside of physical intimacy, which I care less and less about as I get older. Really? I don't think no matter what age you should get intimacy. Ranging from getting bored of a person after 6 months, faking pregnancies as a form of manipulation, stealing my stuff, threatening suit if I left them, entertaining other guys the second they find someone else slightly attractive. Unless a literal angel falls down from heaven, I'm never going to place my happiness in the hands of others. Well, that's a very important lesson we should all learn, is you should not place your happiness in the of others. That's codependency. Rather, they should enhance your happiness levels, as in doing things with other people generally is much more fun. But I do understand the novelty fading aspect. Let's be real, after 6 months to a year in an intimate relationship, you've done a lot of things by that point. You've gotten to know each other very well, and then you're just in the long haul, just for the long race, the marathon, until collapse. Not to say that's not a bad thing, it's just a different flavor. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, apparently to Grimm and some others, Many of you here haven't been in relationships. Sleep alone. You're not alone, okay? This comment didn't seem to get many upvotes, but I thought it was good. I cycle between bursts of anxious reading, crying, rage over days of numb acceptance. I never used to be like this. I feel like my soul left my body 2 years ago. I don't know how I'm still here sometimes. Yeah, you're not alone. Yeah, it's not a comfortable experience, but now, after having learned and gone through the stages of grief, I can honestly say I find myself often, if not regularly, laughing compulsively to myself, by myself, having a jolly old time. Reduce your expectations and you'll find happiness is much more obtainable, at least in the interim. It's so hot outside. People are making their people work outside. I know Republicans are evil lizard scumbags. At the end of the day, we're all fried. The line's finally going haywire. It's surreal to live through what we've been talking about for several years on this channel. Now, ocean heat content and sea surface temperature and all the anomalies, But voluent Volavent says, I felt the same way, blessed to be in the Great Lakes region. I just checked the weather earlier today. Texas and Austin, Dallas and Austin, over 100 degrees every single day. Everywhere has their pros and cons. There's a lot of rundown infrastructure here in the Great Lakes region. Post-industrialism, very poor, very unequal, much like most of America, but at least it's not over 100 degrees, because experiencing all that in over 100 degree weather is not pleasant. Not pleasant. Go for a swim, human tipping point. Jeremy writes again with this bombshell comment. Baby boomers may not beat the clock after a while. After all, with their large boats, RVs, getting everything they ever wanted. Yeah. I drive by houses consistently. You know who I'm delivering to? Who I've been delivering to for the past several years? Boomers and older people. You think young people, poor people with college debt are ordering takeout? No. India stopped exporting a chunk of its rice, and I think importing some other stuff? I'm wrong. Yeah, not good. Capitalism and environmentalism cannot exist together, according to all of us. We bailed out the banks and airlines, and I guess we can't bail out the environment because it's not possible. It's not lucrative. Amanda says that I'm traumatized constantly. But Jimmy says all the collapse aware are disassociated, drugged, or traumatized. I don't know. I'm a pretty healed person. Yeah, but a lot of them are. This is worse than an ER trip, divorce, cancer, World War III and IV altogether. It means the end of all we love. Should we bury our heads, cheer, or mourn? I say laugh uncontrollably. Just pick a joke. Say meat sauce. I made some pizza shop staff laugh the other day. They said, we need spaghetti sauce. I heard them talking about what they needed. And then I told them my favorite word literally is meat sauce. And they got a kick out of that. Yeah, I don't know where to meet collapse-aware people. That will be the day when one person, literally one person, in the past 2 or 3 years of my experience in my venture into climate knowledge, is that one single person approaches me in any public setting and says the words to me or something equivalent. Hey, do you know about climate change? Or do you know about greenhouse gas pollution that's causing climate change or this extreme weather? That's how hopeless it is. Truly divinely hopeless. When one person, Paul, Regina, Sam, Nate Hudgens, Facing Future, all I'm counting on is one fucking person, to approach me and say those words. And guess what? I've seen zilch, nobody, ever. And you're making content like aversion strategy or mitigate. No. It's like they want you to die. A lot of people said yes, but Nas was very IQ level 1000. They want you to be useful for them as long as possible, and then we all die, right? To make them money so they can build the bunkers. I did produce a video with me shooting powerful firearms, and yeah, the police have much more and planning much more. I can already anticipate extreme violence next year. All right, how is our democracy still hold on after this election? How are we not in the most bizarre place we've ever been? Just try to go talk to people. Hey, there's a president who's running, who's criminally indicted against another guy who has dementia. Yeah, this is our country right now. Meat sauce. Just dump a big old quarter bucket of meat sauce on your head. Jeremy says empath with high intuition equals mental torment. I've heard recently that empath is kind of like a made-up word, but I don't know. I like the sentiment, you have an increased tendency to feel of others feel, and it can be mental torment, or you can just, use it towards benefit, towards people and good around you. David Sommers, thanks for coming through. It can be overwhelming. Many of us are watching this like in real time, and billions of years of evolution will be erased with us. Yeah. It could be another El Nino in the next several years by the end of this decade, which will just take us over. Come on, we'll be at 2 degrees Celsius. Dude, guys, come on. Potential AMOC collapse starting around 2025, but much higher probability later on. This video's going long. I'll wrap this up, guys. Jeremy says, based on temperature anomalies this year, we might be able to reach net zero by 2030, which could get us 2 decades ahead of schedule. He's being sarcastic. Yeah, everybody will be wiped off and we won't be producing. Meat sauce on toast from Do Not Watch. Saucing the buns. The sea is boiling. Barbara, I should say one more time, here for climate change, getting Sig Sawyer and rambling pool story instead. Sad face, I literally say in the first minute that it's a vlog and I talk about my life sometimes. So you're just a stuck-up Gen Xer or boomer who just needs to not exist. You're done. Off the planet. Reality is tough right now. Andre says, hey, I feel your angst. At least you won't have to endure 30 more years like I have. Yeah, for real. Past 33, life is just... Past 30, it's just this... 25, what am I putting a number on? It's just the same thing. We'll all be dead in a few short years. Yep, we'll all be screaming to death. Adam Flint wanted to troll me and say everything is pointless this video too, and you're correct. So, way to point it out, Captain Obvious. In the long run, we'll look back at all the pointless things that we did. What's important is that we were bearing witness. Okay? That was not pointless because we were alive. We can see the lowest common denominator. We all saw it. This was happening. Lots of compliments on my Why We're Toast video. I appreciate that. Put a lot of effort into that. Brilliant video. I mean, like, supreme compliments, guys. This is like YouTube. When am I at YouTube Hall of Fame? When do I get there? People want their toast and meat sauce. Okay. Try to reduce suffering where you can. I ran over a chipmunk the other day. It started flopping around like this on the ground. It was horrific. Jarko talked about anarchism and somebody he was talking to and about how we're just toasted and, just doing your thing. You all of you just took a moment to look into the science and see where it was all going, used, critical thinking and looked at the big picture about our energy infrastructure and how we manage ourselves, and you can easily see that we're done. Like, not only that we're done and it's obvious, you can easily see this when you just take a moment to look at the science and what our trajectory looks like. But denial is real strong, and magical thinking, and they're fake numbers, and the mass media is telling you all this. How many fingers am I holding up? It's called data and evidence. All right, don't need to get snarky. I'm not being angry. I'm having a good time. Things are peaceful right now. I got repairs and stuff to do. Always something to keep me busy. Time flies. Enjoy the sweet moments. Enjoy the moments that we have. I'll talk to you guys soon. I have another montage of clips coming out, and the wars don't seem to be stopping. China could invade at any moment. Russia's asking North Korea for munitions. We have to produce over 10,000, 100,000, 155 millimeter artillery shells to give to all the wars in the world. Lebanon is in crisis. Sudan, millions of people starving to death in Africa and South America, total. And we're just at the beginning. We're at the beginning stages of this. You're paying attention to the climate anomalies. What am I, Ron DeSantis? The weather. None of the presidential speaking, which none of them want to even address or confirm that climate change is a real thing. And enjoy the sweet moments. This has been fun. I'm the Doom Wizard. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hit like and subscribe. See you later.